Hey y'all, it's C's Louise and welcome back to my channel. And today we're gonna make my version of my Nana's cabbage and sausage. So what you're gonna need is a medium head of cabbage, 2 cloves of garlic, some smoked sausage, and 1 yellow onion. And we're gonna start off by taking half of that yellow onion and dicing it up. So my apologies, y'all, my knife skills are still in question. I do the best I can, but I promise I'm always careful. Next, we're gonna take half of that sausage and cut it into cubes. Again, if you want to use a whole thing of sausage, you can do that. I just prefer to use half of it. Next, we're gonna take our head of cabbage and cut it into fourths. So I like to start cutting my head of cabbage by just cutting off the bottom and then quartering it up like so. Then we're going to cut out that core. The core is where sometimes, well, it usually does make your cabbage bitter. So you're just going to cut the core out, and then if you compost, if you want to use it for something else, you can do that. But for this, we're just going to take it out. We don't want it to be too bitter. So now we're going to cut it into reasonably sized chunks. We want it to be not too big and not too small, and try to make it relatively even for all of it. We want it to cook fairly evenly, so just do the best you can. It's really not a huge deal at all if they're not all the exact same size. And then we're just gonna wash our cabbage and set it to the side. To a pot on medium heat, we're gonna add our olive oil. Next, we're going to throw in our cubed sausage, and because it's pre-cooked, in theory, yes, you could just throw it in there with your cabbage, but I like my sausage to still have a bite to it with my cabbage because otherwise it's going to get pretty soggy. So this is why I like to cook it first. Then I've removed my sausage and added in my onion. I'm just going to cook that till it's translucent. And to be transparent, y'all, I kind of messed up on this, so it's more toasted than translucent, but that's okay. We're still gonna rock with it. Add our sausage back into the pot, and then we're gonna throw in our cabbage with no additional water, you guys. You won't need it, trust me. You don't want your cabbage to be super watery. And then next, I'm gonna add in my seasonings, which I've provided in the description below, so you can check that out. This is what I like to use. And then just kind of mix it all around. I have no idea why I was being so delicate here. Like, I guess I didn't want the seasonings to go all over the place, but you can add a little bit more elbow grease to it if you want to. That's okay. And then once it's all mixed, we're gonna separate those larger chunks of cabbage again to make sure that it cooks fairly evenly across the board. And then we're gonna cover it on medium-low heat for about 20 minutes. And at the end of those 20 minutes, the cabbage will cook down, and it'll cook down. And in between that time, you want to continue to stir it. So every 5 minutes or so, you want to stir that cabbage because you want it to cook fairly evenly. And that's it, y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe.